that's the thing, as I didn't want to end it with bros. I didn't want to end it with and hoes, because it very much came off sounding derogative when I would go with that, because I'd opened it with by bros. So is the implication that anyone who's not a bro a hoe? Maybe. But does that inherently mean it's gendered? I don't think so, but apparently I did, which is why I didn't say it. So subconsciously I do. It's not good. I'm problematic. Anyway, point is, I love you all. Hey, hi, and howdy, everyone. You know, the best part is I made that intro video specifically so people could skip to here if they didn't want to deal with my bullshit. And yet this video opens with my bullshit cranked to 11. I love everybody. For every life. I didn't have a bit before I said that. Anyway, hey, hi, ho, and howdy, everyone. My name is Channel Shook, and welcome yet again to another episode of RWBY Soundtrack Reactions. This time it is Volume 8. That's right, boys and girls and those who are too goddamn gorgeous to need such a title. We are here to do this. In this video, we are going to be covering For Every Life and, of course, The Sky is Falling. Casual reminder for anyone who's unaware of how I do it, because I'm a weirdo. We're going to listen to each song twice. One, I will listen through it, and then we will talk about it. Then I will listen through it again, and I will jam my fucking ass off. Again, I have to elaborate that is the order I'm going to do it in, because I always say it's the other way around, and then it has never been the other way around. Because Shannon's incompetent, and he likes to talk. Anyway, so yes, we are going to be doing For Every Life and The Sky is Falling. I'm looking forward to these. Obviously, again, this is the intro song, as well as Some Road. No, it's not Some As. It's not. And also, this I was actually singing the. You get it. You got what I was going for. It's just my words betrayed me. For every life, some roses. You can. And then we're also going to do The Sky is Falling, which of course is the chase song. The hunt is on. For the hound of Atlasville. That doesn't make any sense. Point is, it's the song that plays during the hound chase. So I'm looking forward to both. Neither of these are my particular anticipated songs of the volume. That would either go to fucking Be Strong and Hit Stuff purely for the jams of it all. Plus, also I like the idea of a Nora song. At least assumedly primarily a Nora song. It would be weird if it was about fucking Jean, you know? Maybe. I could see him. He's kind of strong. He's been known to hit a thing or two. Break a sword in half. Fuck, Volume 8's brutal. Okay, point is, that or The Treasure, though, obviously. Or, not The Treasure. Damn it, The Truth. Fucking me up with those titles. The Truth, though I was betrayed by time. And, of course, there was a... Yeah, I'm the victim of time, really. It's not Salem. It's actually me. Or, of course, Friend, which I still haven't listened to yet. But that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be -9 degrees outside. Fuck you. It's cold. Anyway. Again, first and foremost, we have For Every Life. The intro song, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to see what the heck it's all about. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way, which I don't know what that means. That doesn't mean anything in this context. Nothing about this is inherently old-fashioned. Nothing about it is not inherently old-fashioned. None of it makes any sense. At all. Period. Full stop. Can you tell that I'm distracted by something right now and I'm very much trying to piece together something in my mind? Fucking mind prison. It's like a clock. Ticking and a talking away. Thinking. Imagining through a complicated issue that could be solved. By doing that, it was solved. Anyway. We're gonna... Someone's car is going on outside and I was trying to see whose it was, because it could be problematic for my future. You know what I'm saying? It's the demons, that's what I'm telling you. Anyway, what the fuck? For Every Life, featuring Casey Williams by Jeff Williams, with lyrics. Holy shit, I forgot to shout out, because I'm useless. Sirs and Madams, once again, I assume this is Bruce putting this together. Bruce, my fucking dude, my man, my lad, my guy, my... Bruce is cool. Anyway, so, I assume that was who put it together, because I believe they were responsible for putting that all together last year, which was super fucking helpful. Again, especially, I believe, oh shit, we were a little, not in a perfect way, with stuff. We were down some, musical assistance people, so I really appreciate, you coming through to assist. And for leaving a nice comment on my video, which was mostly just laughing at my pain. It was lovely. For Every Life, Casey Williams, Jeff Williams with lyrics. We're gonna go ahead and check it out. I have no idea what to expect. That's not true. I expect it's pain. We're gonna go ahead and do this. I'm actually gonna scooch over to the side, all tender like, all close to you, all up next to you. Can you? I shouldn't do that. I have bad teeth. Anyway, we are gonna go ahead and do this in fucking in 3, 2, 1, go. My earballs. Goodbye to all the things we love. Gave up our life just to find that it was not enough. I'm gonna try not to sing because we know that's horrendous. I was about to talk some mad shit for a second. I shouldn't do that. I like him. I was about to talk some shit about someone I enjoy. It was meant entirely in love. In like jest and good fun, but we're not gonna say it. In the end, I was still gonna shit talk. But point is, some roses will never bloom. So far, this has not been my favorite intro to date, because I feel like it doesn't always have the same latch on to you vibe necessarily, though that Some Roses hits like a truck and I love it. I love the visuals though. Oh shit, we did try to do that. People kept trying to talk shit about it, but we did it, man. I mean, we died, but well, that's a bummer, but you're not. Song's a bummer. God damn, Casey. The power in that woman is absurd. Very few honestly do, I've got to be honest with you. To risk the fall and fight. Ooh. Keep your heart strong. It is, and it's scary. We're gonna need some real fucking self-reflection and inner peace to come out of this next volume, or we're fucked. Which is gonna be hard to find, but I mean, if I feel like Volume 9 would be a good place to kind of reach that again. There's a lot of ups and downs in this world. You gotta build yourself up and get knocked right the fuck back down, but you gotta keep going. You know? So saith the boy. Keep moving forward. It's fucking crazy that day's coming up again pretty soon. Almost immediately after I get my Pokemon. Some evil will never ever die. Some wars will not end in peace. Choose the wrong side. Fucking scrumptious, boy. Cease! I wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready. The sky, it cannot fall. I'm not ready for it to fall yet. I need you to stay up in the sky where the sky is, with the clouds and the birds and the bees, and possibly the tops of trees. Bars. Anyway, that was, of course, For Every Life. I think it's I don't think it's one of my favorite openings necessarily, and I have to establish that absolutely can change, because one of my favorite intros actually kind of fell off a lot as time went on, and I'm now one of the few people I actually probably consider it my least favorite of the bunch, and a lot of people are like, it's still my favorite. What the fuck are you talking about? And that would be The Triumph. I just, for whatever reason, that song just doesn't gel with me nearly as well as the others. It's still great. There is not a bad Jeff and Casey song. It doesn't fucking exist. I dare you to try and show me one. I will hit you with a car. What does that mean? I mean, I know what that means, but why would I do that? Even The Truth, which is going to be a bit of a bummer because it's so short, is really fucking good for what it is. There's also Volume 4's intro. Fuck, I'm useless. I just knew what it was, and then I immediately forgot. It's maybe like my favorite. I hate everything that I am. Point is, Volume 4's intro. It's been too long since apparently I've watched RWBY. It's been more than 2 days. Let's Just Live. There we go. Thank you, Christ. Let's Just Live has arguably grown to be probably my favorite of all of the intros, despite it being pretty low on my list when it first came out. Just because over time I listened to it more and more and more, and it resonated more with me, and it there's more of the series as a whole that I think I can latch onto with it that really stands out for me. For Every Life is interesting because, as I was saying earlier, there's a lot of ups and downs throughout RWBY, and I don't mean like quality-wise or anything like that. What I mean is, it is a story of picking yourself back up and getting knocked back down, and it happens a fucking lot in this. And like I don't think few things show it better than the opening themes. You have the kind of intensity and rise of Volume 1 and 2 into this fall, literally, in Volume 3, and then you have to kind of you have this trench down in Volume 4, and you slowly pick yourself back up through 5 and get to Triumph and Rising, and then fucking Trust Love, and you drop again. And I really love how that is, visualized through your ears. There's a better way of saying that. How that is shown off and told through those songs, I think is really interesting and important. And I do really enjoy this one. Again, I don't think it has quite the same hooks as a Rising does for me, or again, a Let's Just Live, but I do really enjoy it. I think it means a lot because it it is once again kind of a song of defiance, but it's kind of more the aftermath of that defiance. Trust Love, it is a perfect counterpart to Trust Love, because Trust Love is an entire song about, wouldn't you fucking know it, trusting love, doing what you can to instead of fighting with fear and, you know, power over strength, as it has been discussed in the series, as that is a theme in the series, as it was a huge thing in Volume 5 and so on and so forth, is again, fighting through strength, not power. Fighting through the heart, not metal, if you will. Is very much in opposition of someone like James. And again, the whole song is, if for every life, you're fighting to save everyone, not because that is feasible, but because you have to fucking try. You can't half measure this shit. You can't just be like, well, we're only gonna do this because what? No, you've gotta fucking try. That's what it means to be a hero. That's what it means to be a huntsman or huntress, and to like that's what it means to do that, is to keep trying. Yeah, you're probably gonna die. It's part of the fucking job. Like, you go back to Volume 2, and there's literally that discussion with, or between, that's what I'm trying to do, between all of Team RWBY, talking about why they're doing what they're doing, and Weiss sums it up towards the end there, is like, hey, it's a job. It is a job to protect people. That's what we fucking do. It doesn't matter what bullshit we're working through. We need to try our hardest to protect everyone. In Volume 7, same thing. You have Ruby talking to Ironwood in particular, and I was like, no, we're just going to save who we can. Fuck this. No, cut that out. We're taking the easy road instead of fucking standing and fighting. And again, it's really important to do that, because it's literally the one thing Salem is scared of. It's been made incredibly obvious through the entirety of the series. The one thing she fears most is people united against her. She literally says that shit in, like, the first episode of the fucking show. She's literally talking about how, yeah, you put them together, they're a threat. They're a problem. They're difficult for me to deal with. Even if you're just making her job harder, you're making her job harder. Like, again, it's the reasons why I cannot get behind anyone who legitimately takes Ironwood fucking seriously. And again, don't get me wrong, Ironwood truly believes what he's doing is right. What he was doing is right. That man's a pancake now, but you know, but the thing that confuses me is how many people couldn't see that he was literally giving Salem exactly what she wanted. People divided, them fighting, them, like, and even if you're like, well, if Team RWBY hadn't, you know, talked shit and dipped out, they wouldn't be divided. Like, no, they would have, because they would have killed everyone else on Remnant for something they don't know is going to work and is very temporary. Or you can stand and fight and try to overcome it rather than run with your tail tucked between your legs. And again, it is that discussion of strength again. And there's even a line I noticed in there which is like, strength isn't victory and shit like that, which is very, like, almost it's very much a tweak on a line from Salem in Divide as well. Like, strength will not bring victory and stuff like that. And I find it really interesting because, again, it is our heroes at by far their lowest point. Literally, if you're talking about falling through a giant hell portal into God knows where. Just saying, hard to get literally lower than that. Yeah, no, like, it is a feeling of utterly crushed hope. But I do still love that the song is still defiant. It is a song about how We lost. We're losing. We're not coming out of this. We're probably going to die. But we're going to do it anyway. Like Yang says in that conversation with her mom. Again, still to this day, my favorite fight scene in the show, and not a single punch is ever thrown. The only thing I don't like about it is that weird part where, like, Yang points for no fucking reason. I'm like, okay, well, I realized you were just trying to be, like, add emphasis. But it just looks weird when you do that. It's like Ironwood. He's constantly slapping shit around. He's such a fucking drama queen. I failed. Fucking James. Anyway, I really like James. Cool character. Anyway, what a dick, though. Table punching motherfucker. Anyway, like, like they show, like in that fight, that conversation, Yang literally even says, like, or Raven's like, hey, you don't want to do this. You don't want to fight against Salem. You don't want to stand up against it. Like, you don't want to do that. And she's like, no, I fucking don't. But I'm going to, because it's my goddamn job. It's because it's who I am. Because it is the right thing to do. Because it's the only way this works. And hell, when it happens, who's the first person standing there talking the maddest of shit to Queen Evil Bitch? It's Yang. She's the first person who just straight up calls her out on her bullshit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you kidding me? A case of the sniffles, and this is what you do? You destroy all of the planet? What an asshole. Oh, God, I love this volume. I love the show. But, like, I do like this song a lot because it is a very good blend of the team at the lowest and yet still filled with that defiance. Even as broken as they are, because they know in the end, even if you get through even as broken down and beaten as you get, what are you going to do? Like, just give up? You gonna be Ironwood? You can't. It's wrong. It's not easy, but it's wrong. And, like, of course, they all have their moments, especially RWBY in this gets beaten down really fucking hard this volume about having to decide what she can do and what's right, and, like, how fucking every time they try and do something, it just gets thrown back in their fucking face. And it gets accentuated to the most extreme when Cinder literally pulls an Uno reverse card out of her ass at the end of the volume and utterly destroys everything that they fucking built. And, like, she gets tested, but she still pulls through. And obviously, we'll have to see where they are in Volume 9. I suspect they're probably going to be pretty, as stated before, pretty fucking down on themselves. But show ain't over. These 4 aren't over. The whole squad ain't over. And if Shannon gets what he wants, there'll be a fucking extra addition to the squad. And she's a lovely murder ice cream. Anyway, I really hope so. Yeah, I think it is. While it is not my favorite intro, I think there's a lot of value in it. And again, as Jeff and Casey have said, it's not like their songs are entirely canon, but their songs do mean something. They do resonate within the story. They do pull from the story. They do acknowledge the story, and the story can acknowledge them too. And because of that, RWBY has some of my favorite music in the world. Partially because it's a fucking jam, but also because it can improve the story of something that I already really love. Even if it's just accentuating something you already know. Drive the point home. Like, hey, yeah, you get this, but do you feel this? And I think that's something that's very important and very appreciable about the music. And I think the intros often really do show that. Yeah, so anyway, that was fucking... Are you... Let's listen to it again. This time we're just gonna do it for the jams. Just cause I want to hear the jams again. Just cause it's good. Just cause it's tasty and I like it. And it's not gonna blow my fucking eardrums out of my skull this time cause I knows better. We're gonna listen to For Every Life one more time. You can skip it if you care to, but I like jams. In 3, 2, 1, go. I haven't had people to watch react to fucking Volume 8 in a minute. So I haven't actually watched Volume 8 in a minute, and it hurts me. I need to again. That it was not enough. Leapt in faith, left our solitude, our carefree peace. What we thought would change the world was just a childish dream. Again, it is a bummer. That leads our way home will finally clear. Maybe the end we tried to avoid is already here. Again, it is a song of doubt. That it is a song of doubt and yet defiance. Because people are never just one thing. Sometimes it's worth it all to risk the fall and fight for every life. We're probably gonna lose. But we're definitely going to lose if we don't try. And I think, again, that is a huge part that a lot of people don't always necessarily realize. If you do nothing, you're fucked. If you do something, you're probably fucked. And that is an incredibly important thing, because probably is an incredibly important word. Again, it's kind of the allowing yourself to be consumed by Salem's words in a lot of ways. That's why I think I like that line as much as I do, because it kind of, again, is a direct pull to strength will not bring victory. Some evil will never ever die. Yeah. A song of, yeah, we're probably gonna lose, but what the fuck else are you going to do? You can do nothing in guaranteed defeat, or you can try. And even if you lose, you still tried. It still meant something. Like, yeah, I don't know, I'm a firm believer of, even if you can't change something, you fucking try because it's the right thing to do. I'm a pathetic moral bitch. Like, it's what I am. Like, you try anyway. Even if you can't fix the world, you do your damnedest to make sure it can't get worse, you know? Something I've actually thought about a lot. Fairly recently, for whatever reason. I had conversations with people, and it's just something that always kind of ate away at me, is there's sometimes this idea to just kind of give up and be apathetic and nihilistic in ways and stuff, and it doesn't make them bad people at all. It's just people succumbing to what they consider to be reality. And hey, maybe they're more wise than I. Maybe they simply know better. Game, thing, not game. Anyway, point is, it's easy to do that. it's easy to become cynical and to, again, become apathetic. And I can't blame anyone for that. The world's kind of rough sometimes. And we don't have to deal with freakish monsters and shit like that. But, like, I can't let that be me. I refuse to let that be me. And yeah, it means I'm probably going to get hurt sometimes. But I'm going to do it anyway. Because I can't be the kind of person to be the alternative, you know? And I think that's a reason why that really means something to me. It's why these characters in the show mean something to me. Among 1,000 other things. But I just... yeah. It's easy to become cynical and apathetic. We had a whole fucking arc about it. But I refuse. I see your bullshit and I raise you the word no. This episode of Sesame Street's brought to you by Vocabulary. And what? Anyway, that was the first episode. First episode? No. This is the first video. No! The first song of the Volume 8 soundtrack, Forever Your Life. Next up, we're going to go ahead and talk about The Sky is Falling. This is one I don't expect to have too much to say. This is probably the one I'm least particularly worried about in the song. Fucking on the OST. It's the one I'm least particularly fussed about. So I'm looking to either potentially be surprised or to just enjoy the song. I imagine it's another depressing song about how everything's broken and we're fucked. Were I to wager, that'll be what we're dealing with. Have we noticed I'm dual-wielding beverages? The coffee keeps you going. The tea is the lifeblood of society. Anyway. Got less some dirty leaf water. Anyway, it just tastes like grass and dreams. Anyway, we're gonna... The Sky is Falling, featuring Casey Williams and Lamar Hall, by Jeff Williams. With lyrics, once again, by our fun friends at Sirs and Madams. Yeah, I don't know what to expect from this song other than apparently Lamar is in it, which is cool. I always do enjoy a little bit of Lamar in there. Again, despite not being a rap dude at all. Like, I just don't... It's not my thing. Like, Callie and Lamar, and that's... And that's kind of it. But it's enough. It gets me by. Yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and check it out. Other than that, I assume it's gonna be a bit of a bummer, but a bit of a jammy bummer. What that means. Hopefully it's a fun one. If nothing else, it should hopefully be a bop. The Sky is Falling. Again, the song from the Hound Chase in episode 4. In 3, 2, 1, go. Zer. The fucking ghosty goose. Anyway. Alright, Jeff. Calm down now. Let's scream. Got it here. We got Volume 8 after this. Ow. Ooh. That was an interesting little new addition. It's either a new addition or it was hidden within the episode. The sky is falling down. Is that a metaphor? We're fucked. Called that. I know how songs work. This might be one of the most intense songs that apparently Lamar will show up on. So that's interesting. He's usually more of a fun song kind of guy. There's not an abundance of fun songs this volume. If even one. I can't think of one, other than maybe Be Strong and It Stuff. Hit him, sir. What a bummer. Yeah, it's not. Damn. You gotta remind me of that. Damn. But yeah, it is interesting because he usually does, at least not in RWBY's soundtracks. In Red vs. Blue, he's had more intense songs, but. Next, stop doing that. That hurts. Sir, would you relax? It's not that serious. Patience! That is not the sound I was expecting to come out of that song. Okay. We're not there yet. Calm thine situation. Anyway. Okay, yeah, so that was The Sky is Falling, and as I had assumed, it was going to be a song that, for the most part, can be summed up as, hey, it's RWBY Volume 8. Dead people. Yeah, so... It very much appears to be fairly straightforward as, it's a song about everything's broken and all things suck, which is a fairly good descriptor of that volume. I did like it, though. I do like it. I do think it has a very catchy chorus. I also, I've talked about it 100 times before, but when it comes to RWBY and anything, honestly, I am not a big fight guy. I might like putting fights together for stuff that I'm making myself and like creating fights, but watching fights, stuff like that, generally speaking, I don't really care for. It's my least important thing in all of RWBY. I could not give less of a fuck. That being said, I still do enjoy it and appreciate it where it is, especially when it's done really, really well. It's why I do really, really actually enjoy, say the Aesop's fight in Volume 7. I really enjoy that fight because what it shows for the growth of, Team RWBY, and what it shows for the characterization of both of those teams. Also, it's just fun, but, you know, I think it's very important. That's a huge thing is storytelling, using your fight as a storytelling tool rather than just, punch stuff for funsies, which is something, and I say this while the love in the world of Monty, of course, was something that kind of happened in some of the earlier volumes. There was shit that just happened because cool. And I enjoy those moments for what they are, but they don't do anything for me. Like, yeah, that thing exploded. Cool. And like, I've seen that before though, and I can imagine that, and it doesn't say anything about the characters. Which is something I've appreciated more and more as time goes on, as far as the fighting goes, it can help build onto characters and stuff like that. So it's anyway, that's kind of my dusty fuck. Anyway, it's one of those things, kind of just trying to explain my opinion of the fights. The reason I say that is because, of course, this plays during what is effectively a fight scene. It is a chase scene, but there is fighting. While I generally don't care for fighting and stuff like that, I did appreciate a lot of stuff in this scene and stuff like that. And purely visually, again, not even like because cool, but just showing the slow growth in competence, I think, is something you can really do in a fight. And I think that's something that's always been really good about Jean, is he's something you can very easily show that growth, because you have Jean day one, Jean, or you have Jean, say, now end of volume 8, screaming as he's fucking flying down about to beat Cinder's ass, and or try to, and then everybody dies. But like the point is, you can do cool stuff with that. And one thing I do really like about the scene is during that that chorus bit with the sky is falling and stuff, or the sky is falling, you know what I mean. The shot with the jump over the Terex, that's what it is. The shot with the jump over the Terex is just a really fun shot. And it is really accentuated by that little bit of music. That was the whole fucking me going around to say, hey, they did a cool shot with the song that went really well with it. Also, just the bit of falling down as they're about to fall over a cliff and die. It's the little things, you know? I don't know. Again, I don't have a ton to say about the song. It's just kind of a fun song. But it's a fun song, you know? Plus, if I can use other things to talk about, other things I do like about the show, then that's a win for me, daddy-o. Anyway, yeah, that was Sky's Falling. I'm going to go ahead and listen to it one more time. Again, this is just for the sake of jamming out. You don't have to watch it. I'll do a little bit of an outro for this, and then we will hop on to the next songs. But I just want to quickly listen to it again, because I would like to maybe talk about it in the moment. See anything? I always forget that I don't have to do the countdown, because you're watching it with me, which I didn't remember when I opened up my Discord. So... I should cover that up so people think there's, like, concerning shit on there. Like, I'm just in a bunch of fucking porn servers. Just to fuck with people. It's a bunch of RWBY shit is what it is. And probably some Pokemon simpery and shit. The dose of torture. Yeah, I don't think this was in the version we heard in the episode. I'm pretty sure it immediately cuts to that, right? Am I crazy? This part. And she falls. Yeah, and she, yeah. This is what this song is. This song is Miracle without the part at the end where it gets optimistic. This is Miracle without the miracle. It's the, which again, that song is just the apathy arc in a song. So it's just the apathy arc. Sans Silver Eyes. Sans Ruby's smaller soul. Which makes sense because they're not together. Yeah, again, it's one of those songs that I don't think adds a ton for me for the storytelling of the universe, but it is a jam. There's a few songs like that. That I'm just in it more for the bop than I am for its actual storytelling elements. This is gonna be a bummer every time I listen to this, though. Lamar, you've hurt me, because that's we've established that's an extreme point of anxiety and mental problems for me, and the fact that you would constantly just put that in my face is just rude. It's rude, to be honest. Totally random, but actually did listen to a random conversation that I'd heard forever ago the other day. It actually did give me a little piece on that front that I haven't had in a while, so I just need to listen to that every once in a while. Song about dying and it not being so bad. I say song? It was a conversation. Yes, falling down. And Jeff is a goddamn maniac. Just... You want me to play you a fucking G chord? I can do that. You want me to hit you with a D minor? D7? What the fuck is it? I don't remember. I was gonna go like, but then I remember that's a bass guitar. That doesn't even, I don't even... We've established I don't know how to fucking touch that thing. You want me to go doom, 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 doom? I can do that. Fuck. I need to fix all my guitars and shit. It doesn't help that it's negative a bajillion degrees out right now. I do have my fan blowing on it, which probably isn't good either. But like, just everything gets so out of tune because I live in fucking Montana. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I do believe we've officially hit the end of the road on the first two songs of the RWBY Volume 8 soundtrack. And here I was thinking it wasn't going to be an hour long. The real test of my character will be will be when we do the two songs I've already heard on the soundtrack. How much I can talk about Cinder. Because it's basically what that whole video is going to be, is me just going like, hey, let's talk about this character. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. Again, so far, nothing is super grabbing me yet. Obviously, we're only two songs in. But I am enjoying what we have so far. So, again, there is no such thing as a bad Jeff and Casey song. So, at the absolute worst here, we're going to have some bops. It's just how it do. Now, that's some Taylor Swift can learn. What? Bizarre. Anyway, I'm gonna just leave it on that and go. Thank you everyone for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and give it some love, and I will see you all in the next episode where we'll talk about Be Strong and Hit Stuff and Treasure. Till then, toodles, those lemons, everybody. Bye. I got dusty hand from the arm thing. From these arm? Is that... There's still something there. I need to do more stuff. I ain't done stuff in a minute. I've not gained weight, though. I will say that. I'm keeping that shit off. How? Praying to the dark gods, I assume. Anyway. Bye. You can turn the video off now.